Melissa Crawford and I'm from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. I started collecting tapes, seriously, only about 2.5 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I seen someone was selling a TV VCR on a local buy and sell group, and I had hung on to about a dozen or so VHS tapes from when I was a kid. So I decided to pick one up and I put a tape in it, The Shining in it, and as soon as I heard the theme music, I knew that I was going to have to start collecting tapes like right away. I like collecting tapes, same reason a lot of people do, I guess, the nostalgia. It was a big part of my childhood. Movies are a big part of my life. They've always have been. I grew up in a super small town, wasn't anything to do at all. We didn't even have a water park even remotely close. There was nothing around for us to do except for get into trouble, watch movies, or whatever. So that's what me and my friends would do 98% of the time. That's what we were doing. We'd go up to our local video store and we'd see all the cool covers. They had their own little horror section in the corner, and we'd go in there and we'd try to pick out the most movies that we could watch over the next couple days. Just get the most ridiculous, out there, outlandish movies that we could find to watch. I've only been collecting for 2.5 years now, but I have close to 300. Not going to be collecting every single tape that I can possibly find. I am only after certain ones, but I still have quite a few more to go that I need for sure. My most prized tape isn't really anything that anybody would get excited over, really. This sleepaway camp, I'd say, would be my most prized tape. This was actually given to me by a friend and I was blown away. Most of my favorite tapes in my collection have been given to me. I'm super, super fortunate. But this one here, I'd say, like, again, not the super rarest tape, but it's definitely, I'd say, most prized tape in my collection and probably the most rarest, I'd say, maybe. Yeah, with the rare tapes, I'm not into paying a whole lot of money for tapes. The most I've paid for a tape was like $25, and it was actually these two tapes here. These are one of my favorites in my collection as well. It's the UK release of Return of the Living Dead 2 and 3. I love these tapes so much. I have this one here with the original release for it. I know there's like 7 or 8 different covers for this movie, and yes, I would totally collect all 8 of those. Again, like, I've only been collecting a short time, so there's quite a few tapes that I'd say I would consider my grail tape. But the one I want the most is first part of that collection is the Return of the Living Dead. I don't have that one. It seems to go for an insurmountable amount of money for me for a tape, like $80, $100. I'm just not going to pay that for a tape. I don't know if I ever will. It's just not the kind of collector that I am, I guess. See, again, there's just way too many to name. Like, I don't have full franchises of, I'm missing one of the Ginger Snaps, I'm missing, I'm literally getting, like, there's so many. The Mutilator, or The Prowler, or Donnie Darko, Drop Dead Fred, Shaun of the Dead, lots of 80s, I'm missing so many 80s. I have quite a few good ones, but I'm definitely missing some essential ones as well. My favorite part of the tape community is just how willing people are to they want to make people happy, and like the friendships that I've made over the last couple of years, it's immeasurable. It means a lot. I mean, like, one of the first people that I had encountered on Instagram in the tape community within weeks of me collecting had posted that they had The Lost Boys, and that was super important tape to have in my collection, one of my favorite all-time movies. And this guy says, oh, you need a copy, I'll send you a copy. Won't take money for it, sends me a copy. It cost him money to send it because it was from the United States. Not only that, there's another tape in it that he knew that I needed. I was just so touched by this, just all for no apparent reason, just to make somebody else happy. And that's when I knew right then that I was like, this community, I have to reach out there, and if there's anybody else that I could do the same for, I will. And I have. I've sent tapes to people. People have sent me tapes. I've had people send me autographs, collectibles, pins. Unbelievable the things that I've done Halloween exchanges with people. Like, it's just, I could go on and on forever. it's this pretty small community around here. I see people in Ontario and out west in BC and stuff that are going in and coming up with like 5 and 6 stacks of movies that I would never find even one of those around here in a local thrift place. I'd say the coolest thing that I found in the wild would probably be a pristine version of Nightmare, the old video board game. I have part 2 behind me here. That unfortunately I had to buy online and pay like $40 for. Again, worth it. Guarantee I'll never find a part 2 in a thrift store anywhere. But finding the first one in a perfect condition for like $3 was just perfect to me. I mainly collect horror movies. I was born in the early 80s, grew up in the 90s, and I do also love a lot of 90s like teen dramas, thrillers, you know, anything pretty much from the 90s I'm there for, but I do collect exclusively horror movies. Like I said, the odd movie here and there, you know, but 98% of what I'm after is horror related. I haven't done any trades. I haven't had somebody message me and say, oh, you need a copy of The Craft. I have a copy of this. Let's trade. I've never had that done yet. It would be fantastic to do that. But I mean, in a way, I have done trades where I have given people things. Other people have given me things back. But that's not the reason why I send people anything, or that's not the reason why I do stuff like that. I do it out there just for the simple fact that it was, you know, I had a great gesture given to me, like I said, at the very beginning stages of my collecting. I was just so grateful for that, so I'll continue to do that as well, for sure. The newest tape that I acquired, I've gotten a copy of Psycho and Brian De Palma's The Fury. Again, yeah, they're not like super rare tapes, but probably 2 tapes that I wouldn't find out in the wild around here, so they were the newest additions to my collection. Do I remember the first tape I ever owned? I definitely do, because I still have it. Yeah, I was 12, I believe, still doing like the Columbia House thing. But my mom was ordering some movies from there and she said I could pick one movie out, and I picked out, and I still have this copy of Beetlejuice. I mean, I was 12 years old and I could get any movie and I got Beetlejuice. I mean, I think that's pretty fantastic. I was never a kid to watch Disney movies. I still don't like a lot of cartoons. You know, the odd one, Coraline's one of my favorite. I don't really like movies that make me sad or emotional or anything like that. So I'm into more fun, outrageous kind of horror movies. But yeah, to have this still, I couldn't bear to get rid of it. I did have a little tiny bit of mold in it, but one of my friends who I had met on Instagram as well, that only lives in Sydney, he knows a lot about tapes, and he actually offered to take my tapes and take the mold out of them. So I'm actually able to watch it, and it still works great. So that to me is just, this here is why I've gotten into it. It's why I do it. I look at this tape and it's just, the memories is just unbelievable. Still, like when I sit down now and watch a tape, especially a tape that was released in the 80s and the 90s where, you know, if they're remastered or restored or anything like that, just don't to me really have the same feeling. Some tapes are meant to be watched on VHS. Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like those movies, they're gritty, they're raw, they're unfiltered. So having movies like that in 4K and, you know, sound restoration and all that, like I get it. But to me, there's no better sound than that gritty VHS sound. There's nothing better to me. It gives me a feeling, it rockets me back to my childhood. It's inexplainable. And if you're a tape collector, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that's it for my tape collection. I don't have a ton of really super obscure tapes, but I do enjoy collecting quite a bit. I haven't done any trades, like I said. If anybody needs anything and would like to hit me up on Instagram, my name is Melissa in the Book of Pure Evil. I would love to do some trades, meet some more people. I'm always down for meeting more tape collectors in the community. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my collection, and I appreciate you having me. Thanks.